What's up, everybody? I am trying to get Amazon set up, so if you're joining me on Facebook or if you're joining me on YouTube, just bear with me one moment. Trying to see if I got all this set up. I thought I had this all wrapped up and ready to go, but apparently I'm not as organized as I thought I was. That's all right. We're going to get started in just a minute. That's not what my app says. Let me check this one over here. If you can see me on Amazon, somebody let me know. Okay, if you can see me on Amazon, anybody, just let me know. I'll try to put this right here. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going over the Laegendary products. We're going to be starting with the Laegendary Legend. We have a whole bunch of their RC vehicles, and we have a couple unboxings that we're going to try to squeeze in as well. We have the brand new HS280. This is their newest model, I believe, and it's just a nice little beginner drone, but we're going to open it up and see what you get. There's going to be a full review of that coming. And then we also have the HS720G. Now this is very similar to the DJI Mavic, and or the Mavic Pro, I should say. It's got a 4K camera, it's gimbal stabilized, it has electronic image stabilization, and we're going to see what all we get in there too as well. So let's see where we're sitting. Very popular. I don't think I have anybody watching yet. That's cool. I'll catch the replay. A little more confirmation. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all think the background music's too loud, just so drop a comment. I can lower it. But we're going to go ahead and just get started. We're going to see what happens. Oh, so I must be live. Hello, Susie Valentine. She is an Amazon superstar and has taught me everything I know. So thank you for coming and seeing me, Susie. I was just trying to figure out if I was actually live because I had some wonky stuff going on. But you just confirmed for me, so thank you for that. So we're going to start off with the Laegendary Legend. This is not a pro RC, as in like a hobby grade, but it's also not a toy like you get at Walmart or Target or someplace like that. It's a nice mid-grade entry level to faster RC vehicles. As you can tell by the scuffs and the scratches, we've been driving this thing around a little bit. It's probably somewhere around 15-20 miles an hour, but I haven't put a speedometer on it. All these cars, they do come with a nice clear protective cover that you're supposed to peel off, but always neglect to do so. So here is the Laegendary Legend naked. He's got no clothes on. You can see it's built to resist water. I mean, you can't submerge it, but if it gets splashed, it's going to be okay. You have some nice dual shocks in the back. They are air-filled, they're not oil-filled. You have nice thick rubber tires. They're hollow on the inside, give them just enough flex to get a bunch of traction. And if you have any questions about these vehicles, just make sure you drop a comment and I'll try to pay attention and be sure to catch that. Add a little more light. Now on the bottom, you do have these nice pieces of aluminum, and they are aluminum skid plates, which makes this much more durable than your typical RC. You can see we got some nice gouges in there from jumping rocks and curves, and it's just an extremely tough little vehicle. It is four-wheel drive. You can see that you turn two wheels in all four turns. And it's got the stainless steel drive shaft in the front. You have a full differential in the front. You have a rear differential with the rear shafts as well. Christmas is coming. This one is a very good starter RC. It's very capable. It can go through grass, dirt, gravel, climb hills, but it's not so fast it's going to get you in trouble where you might hit a car or explode it on impact. So if you have someone who's getting into RC, this is a very capable one for getting started with for sure. You can tell that it's got good suspension to it. And it also comes with a light kit. I didn't put the light kit, but you'll have two headlights right here. And then you run and you put the tail lights in the back. For my next live, I'm going to have to put that in. But it runs on 2.4 gigahertz. See if I can find the controller for this thing. Let's see. I think this is it. When you turn it on, you just push a little button. Hold it down. There you go. Turn blue. That means we're connected to the remote. You can see you actually have proportional steering. Some of your cheaper RCs, when you turn, it just goes all at once, like just a full hard turn. This one you can actually gradually turn, and that's what you call your proportional steering. It also has the proportional throttle. If you want to go super slow, you can. You can go fast. It does have a brake. It's just a fun little vehicle. My neighbor was putting some rocks in their garden and they had all these big pile of boulders. We were ramping it and jumping it for I don't know how long, and we've had zero issues with this. I have several Laegendary products and I haven't had one break yet. And that's not to say they're never going to break, because everything breaks. But if they do, there's a full list of parts online as well on Amazon, to where you can order replacement parts and fix it yourself. And that's where this is also better than like your big box stores. If you get an RC from a big box store and you break it, you might as well throw it away, because you're not going to get a part. These are set up to be repaired. So very, very cool. Turn this off so it doesn't take off. Let me know, drop a comment. Do you like RC cars? Have you ever had RC cars? I used to actually travel to Southeast back in the early 90s and race them. I used to have a whole stack of trophies, but that was like, I don't know, 30 years ago. Too long to be thinking about, I think. But let's see what we're going to move on to next. This next one is going to be pretty freaking cool. This is an excavator. Check out this dude right here. This is part of Laegendary's construction line. You can actually dig with this. It's got a metal bucket. And it's not the strongest. I'm going to admit right away, it's not the strongest when you're digging. It has to be a loose soil. You're not going to break ground with this thing. But it is fully functional. And it's also tracked. This thing goes through the grass, no problem. It can go through gravel, dirt, over curves. I mean, it's very capable in its movement. And we're going to turn this on too. Okay, let me fix that. I'm new to this live stream thing on Amazon. And so I'm counting on your input to help me fine tune everything. Let me fix that music for you guys. I didn't even see, okay, she said it's hard to hear me. Sorry about that, Susie. I didn't fully read that comment. Let me know, is that better? And if you have any questions, if you missed something, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to go back over it. Tell you what, we can even just ditch it all together for now. We'll revisit that idea. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get the controller for this excavator. And we're gonna try to fire it up and see what it can do. Because I mean, what's the fun if you can't actually see it work, right? You can see it has like an Xbox style controller. Has engine sounds. If that part annoys you. You can turn it off once you find the right button. But this little thing right here, your drive buttons are on the top. You have forward, reverse, you can spin, and it's actually true tracks. I've seen some RC vehicles where it looks like they have tracks, but they really have little wheels sticking out the bottom, but that's not the case with the digger here from Laegendary. It actually has tracks. Now, you can, as you can tell, move the bucket like so. You can boom it up and down. You can extend the boom. And it pivots. And you get about a full turn and a half. You know, my 3-year-old wants to play with this, but I just make him get his dump truck and we jump in the sandbox and I'll fill it up for him. I won't let him drive this. Not until he gets a little older. Now, one thing about this vehicle is you see it has these cylinders and they're a little wobbly. These are not where the power comes from. It is actually gear actuated. I don't know if you can see in here or not. You try to turn that. But they actually have gears in here. And if you put too much of a strain on it, it will make clicking sounds, meaning that you've reached the limit. And if that happens, then just stop, obviously. But like I said, it's really good for digging soft dirt and for driving around. You can actually, if you had a pile of soft dirt there, you could fill up a dump truck or make a pile. For the other construction vehicle I have, which is a front end loader, that is by far the most impressive one. And I mean, it's just, it weighs 10 pounds and it can pick up 7 or 7.5 pounds in the bucket. So it's pretty capable. But this one's cool. I like it. It's not as heavy duty as the other one. But for what you're paying, you're getting a whole lot, because I've seen some high-end vehicles like this. They get all the way up to like 10,000 bucks or so. It's just crazy how much they cost. Do you guys have any questions whatsoever about the Laegendary digger? I'll just kind of give you a closer look of it. This is what the side looks like. We'll come around to the front. You can see it has the cabin with the safety guards. You do have a little seat in there and controls. This is what your top engine covers look like. I'll try to reduce some of the glare. These are the tracks. And this one does, like I said, has a metal bucket. So very durable. Fun little toy for sure. Not the strongest, but fun nonetheless, and it gets the job done. And this is the Laegendary digger. We're gonna go ahead and shut this off. If you have any questions about the battery, it just runs off of a 7.2 or 7.4 volt rechargeable battery. You do have to provide batteries for the controller, which is, I think, three AA's. But it's a 1200 mAh battery. You get a couple of them. You get 2 chargers. and it's plenty of run time for this little digger here. And as you can tell, it's easy to get it to everything as well. So pretty cool, pretty fun. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. Is this something you're considering, something you've looked at? Be an awesome Christmas gift. I wouldn't get it for a 3 or 4 or maybe not even a 5-year-old, because they're going to want to jerk on the arm and stuff, and you could probably damage it by doing that. But if you have a little bit older RC enthusiast, then I'm sure they would absolutely love this. We're going to be moving on. This is probably my favorite RC that I have, and he is the Triton. He has a big name, but he is not very big. Here is the Triton. Check him out. He's like a 1/18 or 1/20th scale. He's about the same level as the Laegendary Legend. It's not a full-blown toy, but it's not a full hobby grade either. But you can replace the wheels, you can replace the shocks. There's a full list of parts available on Amazon to repair this and keep it running. It does come with dual battery packs, and this is probably the fastest one I have. I think this is even faster than the Legend itself. And it has so much torque that if you're on the grass or on the concrete and you just go full throttle, it will pull wheelies and roll itself backwards, which might sound like a bad thing, but it's not. It's fun. You can go through thick grass, dirt, gravel, jump curbs. I mean, this is a very capable little car. It's got the little Lexan body as well, painted on the inside. It uses the little hobby clips to hold it down. Just a very cool little RC truck. And now, as a reminder too, we are going to be unboxing these in a little bit. We've got the HS720G, and we have the Holy Stone HS280. This is their newest model, as far as I know. And it's just a little personal beginner drone. But yeah, RC stuff's cool. Christmas is coming. Might be a good time to start shopping now, especially with shortages in the world, because you don't want to be giving Christmas gifts in February. So, pretty cool. The little Triton by Laegendary. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions about this little guy, all their RCs pretty much run on 7.4 volts. They give you chargers, they give you extra batteries. They even throw in a couple extra parts for all of them. So, everything you need, ready to run, no assembly required. None of these vehicles that I'm showing you today, I've had to put together or assemble. Let me see. Seeing if anybody was commenting, because I am streaming this out to Amazon, Facebook, and YouTube. And we're going to go on. Hope it's time. We're going to open up the Holy Stone HS280. Now, in a later stream or a later video, I will be providing some sample footage from this and actually have flight feedback of how it did, because I want you to be able to see exactly the footage you're going to get out of this. Because last thing I want you to do is order a drone expecting this amazing cinematic footage, and then whatever it is, it doesn't meet your expectation and you end up returning it. Because if you return it, then that's on me. Does me no good. Let's go ahead and get this opened up. Now, this is a small little foldable drone. He's a cool little fellow. Let's see if we can get this tape off. All right. And here we go. The absolute moment of truth. Get a very thorough manual. I'm not going to bore you with too many details. You get a mystery box. I love mystery boxes, which 90% of the time they're just accessories. Yep, you have a charger, and you have all kinds of stuff in here. You have another full set of blades. You have the screwdriver for changing your blades, and you have a second battery pack. It's always nice to have more than one battery. Now this one's in all white. I don't know if they all come in white or if they have different colors. If you decide to buy one and you go to checkout, just look for a color option. But this is already set up right out the gates. It's got the little cards on there. If you're a complete beginner, telling you what each stick does. And these controllers, they do fold out to give you a better hand grip. And then this is going to fold up, and this is going to hold your cell phone, because while this little drone is flying, you can see what the drone sees on your cell phone and also record the information straight to your phone. So it's nice. I haven't seen very many include this little starter card. It's also got the QR codes on the back, so you can download the app whether you have Android or iOS. So very cool. Let's look at the drone itself. Oops. And here it is. This thing is super, super light. If you know anything about drone laws, if the drone weighs under 250 grams, meaning 249 grams or less, you don't have to register it. You don't have to have a license. And this drone is going to fall into that category. It is super, super light. Now, if you do get a bigger drone, like this one down here, the 720G, you don't have to have a license, but you do have to register it on the federal government FAA website. And it's just a $5 fee saying that this is my drone, and you put your number on it. That way, if something happens, they know who to blame. But anyway, this little thing pops off right here. That's just protecting your battery contacts. Your battery is just going to slide in the back right here. And just like that, you should be ready to go. Now, what I've noticed about this drone, it's not full gimbal stabilized, but it does have a tilt option. So I'm curious what kind of electronic image stabilization it has, and what it's going to look like having the ability to tilt. Because most of these entry-level smaller drones like this, the camera is usually locked. It doesn't give you the option to move it. So it's very cool that they have now started including that on these newer models, that you can actually control the tilt. And the camera has some info on there. It says it's a 2.2 aperture with a 65-degree field of view. I don't know if my camera will focus or if you can even see it, but yeah, pretty cool. This is a little guy right here. This is the Holy Stone HS 280, if I remember correctly. It does fly on 2.4 gigahertz. There is an app. It comes with the controller that holds your phone, and it's just a very cool little guy. Pop the battery back out. No point in having that in there. And it's also extremely portable, of course, because these arms, they do fold in, and these do fold back. And you could literally, if you wanted to, stick these little drone here in your cargo pocket. Pretty cool. Super light too. You're not going to hurt anybody with this, and it should be a really good entry-level drone for a beginner. You're not going to film weddings with this, but if you want to fly around and check out the neighborhood or check out the park or whatever, then it could be good, even great for that. And like I said, I will do a full review on this. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to collect some actual sample footage, and when I do a live with it again, I will actually play some video and show you the footage so you can see what this is going to shoot firsthand. Because it does me no good if you buy this drone and return it. I want you to know exactly what you're getting and exactly what it's going to do. All right, we're going to stick this in here. This all folds back up nice and compact. Drone goes there, controller goes there. We'll throw all this stuff back in here. And we're going to move on to the next one. Now we do have coming up, we have the Digger and we have Rango. If you haven't met Rango, Rango is a 2-speed crawler, has low gear and high gear. It has a working winch, it has working lights, it's 4-wheel drive, and it's 8th scale. This thing is a monster, and that's coming up very soon. All right, we'll put that little drone over there. So that was a HS280. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into the 720G. And here it is right here. This is also made by Holy Stone. Now this drone will have to be registered on the FAA website. You don't have to have a license to fly it. Recreational. If you use it for business, then you have to have your Part 107. But as long as you're using it for personal use, then you'll be just fine as long as it's registered. And also bear in mind, if you use a drone and you have a YouTube channel and your YouTube channel is monetized, the government's going to view that as using it for commercial. So if you filmed a drone footage last year and your channel gets monetized next year, you better have a pilot's license. Just giving you the heads up. But just for your own personal videos, your own personal fun, nothing's required. Pay $5 on the FAA website, get you a number, you stick your number on here, and you're good to go. Now this one is not a beginner drone. This one's going to be GPS guided. It's got a 4K camera, shoots at 30 frames a second. It's got a 2-axis gimbal, and it says electronic image stabilization and for 16 and older. But to me, it depends on your ability. If you're 12 and you're experienced with drones, you'll be just fine. All right. If you guys have any questions, just drop them, let me know. This thing has a super nice case. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a suede. We know it's really a pleather, but it feels nice and plush. Feels good. It's got the handle on top. And let's open it up. And here we go. There it is. Pretty cool. I have been wanting this one. I have been waiting on this. And I'm more than happy to share this experience with you. And the first thing we're greeted with is a mystery box. Let's open it up and see what we get. You have extra blades. No point pulling those out. Or, let's see, the screwdriver and a charge cord. And this is probably a second battery, or the battery. I don't know how many batteries it comes with. And that's what it is. Here's your battery right here. And it is a, let's see, getting old, 7.7 volt. And it looks like 29 or 60 mAh, whatever. We'll get more into the specs and details when I do my review and next time I bring it on, because I will come back with actual footage from these two drones after I fly them. That way you can see exactly what you're getting, and I can give you specs like flight time and things like that. Now here's the remote for it. It's got the little pop-up antennas, just like so. You just pop them up and you rotate them to your desired position, probably like this. Yeah. You have the little hand grips that flip out the bottom. And then, let me see where it comes from. Oh, that's new. It comes right out of the top of the controller. You just hook your finger in there, you pull it up, and it holds your cell phone right there. So these would have to be rotated this way. That way they're out of the way. But just like that. And as I said, this is a GPS drone. It does have a gimbal. It is fully foldable. Check this beauty out. Very, very nice. It's nice to see other drones on the market other than DJI. Not that I have anything against DJI. I have a DJI drone, but I just get tired of hearing about DJI. This is how you unfold it. I've always been kind of an underdog kind of person. Always root for the underdog. Unfolds just like that. And this is just kind of an unboxing and introduction to these drones. We're definitely going to do something way more thorough with these coming up. Not to mention in my store, I'm going to have full reviews, and I'm also going to have a full review on YouTube as well. Now let's see here. Push this down. Yes, customer service. My gimbal is broken. Okay, just be very careful with these. Here is the camera. You can see your gimbal works this way. You can also tilt it like so. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm looking forward to flying this little fellow. It's going to be cool. Wish I could say more than it's going to be cool, but I really don't know anything about it. It just came in. I figured I would give you guys the first look and let you see what I see for the first time. All right, let's get all this stuff out the way. We're going to get back to RC vehicles. That's what we're here for, right? If you have any questions, like I said, feel free to ask anything you want. I'll even tell you how old I am. Just whatever. We're all friends here, getting to know each other. There's going to be a lot more of these lives coming for me because I enjoy it. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. If you have any suggestions or recommendations or certain products you want to see, just let me know. I'm not limited to RC stuff only. It's just the fun stuff, and that's what I'm kicking my lives off with. But I am going to be demonstrating and also presenting everyday household items. You know, I even have little things like kid cameras like this, which are always fun. I have things like this drone coming up. This is another good entry-level drone. It's a tiny little fellow. We have one of these little selfie cams right here. And what it is, it's really just a little station that you set your phone on, and it tracks you as you move around the house, or if you're doing your live stream, it's going to keep the camera on you the whole time. Pretty cool. All right. This is my favorite RC car that I have, and this is the old Rango. So I'm going to go ahead, checking comments. Nobody? Anybody? Tell me to shut up, something. It's okay. Here's Rango. Let's get him out. And look at this dude. He is not shy. It's a huge, huge RC. As you can tell, this is a little Triton, which is like an 18 scale. And he's just quite large. Now what's great about this, it does have the lights on the front. It's got blinkers when you turn. It's four-wheel drive. It's got the super plush and soft foam-filled tires because this is a crawler. I have crawled this thing up a board with carpet on it at a 52-degree angle. It's crazy that it can keep traction and not fall over at that level. It has a full functioning winch on the front, and It's got a 2-speed gearbox. Let's go ahead and we're going to pull these off. We're going to take a look on the inside. And like I said, this is made by Laegendary. There are some other companies that have some very similar ones. You can see all the lights on the inside. Now this one is not come with a lithium battery. This one actually has a NIMH battery. It's a 1800 pack, 7.2 volt, 6S. I get around 20-25 minutes of runtime off of this. But this is not a speedster. You're not going to win a drag race with this. You might be able to pull your car down the road with it because it's extremely torquey. But it's just fun. It's a great for trails. If you do like the trail type RC, to where you would just go out in the woods somewhere and you see what you can get into and what you can crawl through, this is great for that. You can take it in water all the way up to the tires. I would say I wouldn't fully submerge it, but it is waterproof to an extent. This is a brushed motor. It's not brushless yet, but if you wanted to upgrade your speed controller and you wanted to upgrade your battery and go brushless, go right ahead. Just bear in mind you're going to be putting more torque and pressure on your gearboxes. And if you do happen to explode a gearbox, well, then just come back to Amazon and look for parts. Because all Laegendary stuff has parts for their vehicles, so you can keep these guys running. And that's what separates these from the big box stores. If you buy an RC car from one of those big box stores and you break it, you snap a wheel off, you might as well throw it away. You're not going to have very much luck trying to get parts in order to repair it. These have readily accessible parts. They're extremely reasonable, and these are perfect for your entry level. You're not going to go to a pro RC event and win a competition with these, but they're going to do more and everything that you want them to do at your house, in the woods, and maybe even at a rookie event or something like that. I mean, these are extremely capable. This can, like I said, climb 52 degrees straight up like this out of the box. Can't go wrong there. Let's turn it on. See if I can show you some of the features. All right, Rango's powering up. The other night I almost drove him off the table. But you can see he's got proportional and very controllable steering. He does have blinkers. When you turn the wheels, the blinkers come on automatically. That's not something that you have to turn on. Your winch controls are going to be on the top. And you just simply, that's the winch out. And this is to winch it back in. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Now, these are notorious, and I'm trying not to say nothing negative, but this little hook right here, it doesn't take much to pull it out. So if you buy one of these, put a pair of pliers on this and tighten it up a little bit before you hook the winch up to stuff. That's just my little pro tip right there. Now we're going to look at the gearbox. I'm going to hold it up, and that's the high speed right there. As you can see, it's got a very good brake, and it has a great brake because it's meant for crawling. If you're crawling up a rock embankment or something and you come off the throttle, you don't want to lose what you've gained, because just a little backwards momentum will cause you to go tumbling down the hill. Now on the controller right here, you have a button. If you hit that button, it's going to shift it into low gear. And that's the low gear. Get a lot of torque in low gear. I'm going to have to figure out a way I can actually demonstrate this on live. But you can see that it's very proportional. You can go extremely slow. But you can also see it's extremely torquey and quick. I'm trying not to wreck everything. Now it is, of course, four-wheel drive. You've seen that. It has actual differentials in the lower and the upper up here. These are your drive shafts. This is your transfer case right here, where your low and high gear is changed. And you can see the brush motor right here. And then you have your Laegendary 9-kilogram servo in the front right there. So this is Rango. He's my favorite one I have, and he's just a lot of fun. We're going to shut him off so he doesn't take off, and we're going to switch over to the next one. The next one is my favorite construction one, easily. And this one blew me away with its capabilities. I literally, in front of my house, dug a hole with this thing. Let me get this stuff set to the side. And here comes Buxter. And there he is. Buxter is a front end loader. This dude has a lot of metal in him. His bucket is metal. All these arms are all metal. And when I say I literally was digging a road in the front of my yard, I have like this gravel patch, and I was able to pull the gravel back, and then I was also pulling all the dirt and stuff up too. And it's just something zen about it. I don't know. Now, his front wheels don't turn. It's a center pivot, like an actual piece of construction equipment. They're all rubber tires. They're very firm tires. But you can see there's no details missed on this. You have a steering wheel on the inside. I don't think you can see it from the glare. They have the shifters, the seat, the steering wheel. You have your exhaust in the back. Even the handrails are made out of a metal. I know the tapping's annoying, but I'm just trying to prove it. This also has a battery storage on the bottom. It is a 7.4 volt. But like I said, the proof is in the pudding. We're going to turn this on and let you see. It does have the sound effects, but I am going to turn that off. That's always an option. Here's the controller. It's the old stick style controller, but you have 4 directions here, 4 directions here. You got 2 buttons on top. You got all these buttons. There's just a lot to it. But this one is extremely intuitive. It's really easy to figure out compared to the digger. The excavator is just easy to get confused. It takes some practice. But this one right here, you can see right here, you can raise your bucket. You can lower your bucket. You can bring the whole assembly down. You can bring it back up. And the way this is set up, this side is your bucket. You just have up and down of the bucket, up and down of the arm. And this side is your drive. Oops. And this is how it drives. As you can see, it's got the full pivot. And this thing weighs like 9 pounds, 8 ounces, or 9 ounces. It's almost a 10-pound RC vehicle. But what I'm going to show you, this is the impressive part, and this is what kind of sold me on it, is I have dive weights. These are bags of lead weights for scuba diving. This one is a 4-pound weight. I don't know if you can see the tag or not. And this one is a 3-pound weight. So that's a total of 7 pounds. And we can stick both of these in the bucket. And you still have the ability to drive. Nice and easy. But here's the impressive part. It picks it straight up, no problem. And there's not 7 pounds of dirt or gravel that you can even fit in that bucket. And you can tell this is weighty enough for that 7 pounds because the back wheels aren't flying off the ground. It's holding this 7 pounds all the way out here with the pivot point way back here. So very cool. See if we can dump this out. Just like that. And then let's see, we'll bring the arm down. We're just playing with toys at this point. And can we push 7 pounds? No problem. You can push it right off the table if you want to. I'm about to push my other stuff off, so let's be careful with that. But this is the Buxter. He's very well made. I cannot recommend this one enough. I could let my 3-year-old drive this one and it's going to be fine. And it's just very, very well made. Like I said, it has a lot of metal in it. You can literally dig with this thing, no problem. You don't get any of the clicking or popping sounds whenever you put it under a strain. I have yet to reach its limitation. And the disclaimer on that is, you're not going to try to stand on this and pick yourself up. You know, use it within reason. But the fact that a 9-pound vehicle can pick up over 7 pounds is pretty great. Do you guys have any questions about the old Buxter? And are there any of the other vehicles? Because in attendance tonight, we do have Rango. We have this Holy Stone 720G. We have this Holy Stone HS280. We have the little Triton, the fastest one in the fleet. This little dude flies. And he takes a beating too. We got the nice excavator here. Here's the excavator. He goes with the Buxter. I haven't gotten the dump truck yet, but one day I will, because I would like to be able to dig some dirt up, then load the dump truck up, and then drive the dump truck off and dump it. I could have a whole construction scene going right in the front yard and have my wife getting mad at me for digging up the yard. I mean, you're not living life right if your wife's not getting mad at you, right? Maybe she's not watching. But we also have the Legend as well. I'm going to start incorporating some different items. I will do more lives with these RC vehicles. Like I said, I'm going to take them all out this weekend, and I'm going to try to get some nice B-roll of them actually working, so I can come back and share that with you, and you can actually see firsthand exactly how they perform. Because that's the big selling point. That's what you want to see. And I want you to know, with anything that I show you, that exactly what you're getting, because obviously I do make a commission if you buy one of these, but here's the catch. If I tell you that it's the best thing on the entire planet and you buy it, great, I get a commission. But then you get it and it lets you down, well, then you send it back and I lose money. So I'm not going to try to dupe you into buying something. That's why this one's a little bit more fragile. Know what you're getting with this one. You can't dig a lot. You can fill a bucket up and move it around, but you're not going to actually dig with this. But this one, you can do the plowing, you can do the digging, then you can pick it up with the bucket, load it into the dump truck if you have it, and just have a grand old time. So if anybody's got any questions, now's the time to get them in. Let me know what you think. I'm about to wrap this little live up. We got the Legend over here. He's chilling like a villain right there. And Savannah, my lovely wife, she's watching from Facebook. If you're still there, I'm going to put the background music on again because I want to take this opportunity. And anybody, if you're watching on Amazon, let me know if it's too loud. I need to find a happy medium for that. Let's see here. We'll do this one. I think that's probably like about a good area, because I want it to take up some of the silence, but I don't want it to be overpowering. I'm trying to get all this stuff worked out, get the right levels. I'm even going to be incorporating some new stuff that I got. I actually stepped up and bought a stream deck and have a soundboard so I can do things like this. But I just haven't quite figured out how I'm going to incorporate all this. You know, like if I say, oh man, I really, really like this one. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm working on all that stuff. But we have the Legendary Legend, we have the Buxter, we have the Digger, we have the little baby Triton, we have big old Rango over there. And to kind of put it, I guess, in perspective, this is all the construction equipment, and this is Rango. You could probably crawl over all of them, no problem. I feel fairly confident if I was to tie this to my car, I could probably pull it down the street. Wouldn't really recommend that, but I feel like it probably would do it. And then coming soon, we're going to be doing this Holy Stone HS 720G gimbal stabilized with electronic image stabilization drone. Shoots 4K 30. He's a pretty cool little fellow. This is more for like a intermediate to I guess you could say a pro flyer, if you wanted a nice small drone to bring around with you. But then we also have, and this is one of Holy Stone's newest ones. This is a little HS 280. It's the sub 250 gram drone. Anybody can fly it, no worries. Foldable, fits in your pocket. But I haven't flown these yet. So I'm going to be flying them soon. I'm going to get some footage. So when I come back with these, I can actually show you footage from the sky. Okay, so we're going to go wrap this up. If you have any questions, all this is going to be under vintage reviews and how-tos on YouTube. Feel free to go over there and drop a comment. It's on Facebook as well, under Steve WB. That's me, and just check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me today. I'm going to be back real soon. If you have a question, you can also carry it over to the next stream, because I will bring these out a few more times.